We're starting to get some interesting information regarding Moses Caicedo and what's going on with this deal. Is this deal going to happen? How much is it going to cost? And apparently 100 million is just a fabricated number that's not real. Then we start getting clarity from what has happened with the Kai Havertz deal and why Real Madrid went from being uber hot on him to absolutely just cooling their interest completely. And finally, we have got a good update on multiple other sagas surrounding Chelsea. Stay tuned, let's get into it. Welcome to the Kavkas View. Okay, today's video is coming from the Dominican, and for the next 12 days you will be seeing me in the Dominican. But yes, we will be talking about Kai Havertz, yes, we'll be talking about Moses Caicedo, and we will be talking about Mateo Kovacic agreeing personal terms with Chelsea. But what I ask from you guys right now is hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and finally in the pinned comment is my Instagram. Go follow me on the gram. You'll understand what I'm doing during my days in the Dominican. You're going to see some great views, and more importantly, you'll know when the content's coming. All right, so if you have any football related questions, hit me up in the DM. I will be responding. But just to give you a little sneak preview, look at that. Look at that. It's just pure vibes. I'm right on the beach. I'm chilling, and I'm gonna be having a great time here with my girl. Now, you guys came for the football lingo. Let's get in. So when it comes to Moses Caicedo, I think everyone's panicking, right? What I've noticed right now is Arsenal fans have become very confident, and I don't understand why. They think they can out-hustle us in a transfer signing. Listen, last time it didn't work out for you geezer, alright? You ended up giving us 12 million for Jorginho, and we ended up taking Mudryk. So, let's not talk nonsense. When it comes to Arsenal or Chelsea, there's a clear winner. Every single time for my whole lifetime, you don't compete with us, alright? And that's the reality, that's the fact, that's the harsh truth. We are far superior, whether if you start looking in my lifetime, that's 26 years, where Premier League titles, European trophies, Europa Leagues, auxiliary cups, all in all, what do you have over us? FA Cups, hold that, it's perfectly fine. I'll keep the Premier Leagues, I'll keep the Champions Leagues, I'll keep the Europa Leagues even. What's going on now? A lot of the Chelsea fans are panicking because Arsenal fans have convinced themselves they're getting Declan Rice and Moses Caicedo. In the history of the Arsenal, we have never seen that. In the history of Arsenal, we have never seen Arsenal go move mad with their money. So I don't understand why I'm meant to sit here and believe that they're going to go spend 200 million on two players. But what's being reported now is that sources within Brighton are saying Caicedo is going to be worth somewhere between 70 and 80 million pounds. They have a deal in-house with Caicedo for him re-signing and getting that new contract across the table. Reason being they had this deal is because Caicedo wanted to push for a move in January. Didn't happen to Arsenal, and the reason it didn't happen is because they promised him in the summer, more clubs are going to come in for you. We want you to help us secure Europa League football. Once you do that, bro, enjoy yourself. Go out there, move on. De Zerbi has accepted that this is the model of Brighton. Brighton are not a club that's going to be competing consistently to keep their best players. McAllister moves on for 35 million, Cucurella moves on for 62 million, Livakowa will not be re-signing with Brighton, and Moses Caicedo will be moving on for somewhere between 70 to 80 million pounds. That's the fact, that's the harsh truth, they understand that. What's going on now? Well, Chelsea have literally let Brighton know, whatever Arsenal bid, we're going to match it. So let's not play this game. We're not getting into a bidding war where we bid this, you bid this, we bid this, you bid this, and then the fee gets up to 100 million. Whatever Arsenal bid, we are matching it, and we are confident we're going to be able to convince the player to join us over there. What does this tell me? It tells me Chelsea are very, very confident. No personal terms have been agreed with anybody. Not Chelsea, not Arsenal, and all these reports coming out left, right, and centre are nonsense. So for me, guys, I'm going to say it this way. We need to secure Caicedo. He's the closest thing to moving a needle to what Kante was. When we signed Kante, it was a needle mover. It was a clear indication. It was a clear sign of we are here to compete. And we went and took the champion's best player. We literally did that with Vim. We did that with Punching. And now we need to go to Brighton, take their best player, and revamp our midfield with Enzo, Caicedo, and maybe a Santos. Something that's going to work. Something that has a balance, creativity, and more importantly, some power in it, some aggression and some drive. Enzo is a little rat in a tackle. Caicedo is a monster in midfield. Santos, we've seen he's a young player that it has developed way beyond his years. And I'm very excited to see how this works out. But one player that's going to be leaving us in midfield is Mateo Kovacic, and we're going to get into Fabrizio Romano hit us with a nice little combo of a 1-2 punch, and the way that he did it was very simple, right? That Mateo Kovacic has already agreed personal terms. Mateo Kovacic is going to become a Manchester City player, and it's basically a matter of the clubs basically agreeing a fee now. I don't know when football changed, but back in the day, and I hate saying that because it makes me sound hella old, but back in the day, you could not agree a fee with a player until the deal was done, right? Until you spoke to the club and got permission. But nowadays, evidently, it's very different. And the reason it's very different is because players basically dictate where they're going, especially when there's 1 year left on the deal. And in this case right now, Mateo Kovacic has 1 year left on his deal, and he's going to be going to Manchester City or Bayern Munich. That's what we're understanding. A lot of people are going to be upset about this. A lot of people are going to be happy about this. And Kovacic's time at Chelsea has become very polarized. I think a lot of players that are going to be leaving the club, their time has really like fluctuated from being very good to very bad, very good to very bad, especially in certain people's eyes. I think people have forgotten how successful he has been at the club. Champions League winner, Europa League winner, Player of the Year 1 year. This guy is a complete footballer, and we should be grateful that we had him bless the Chelsea top for as long as he did, because he didn't let us down. Yes, I'm not saying he's the second coming of Frank Lampard, but I am saying he is a 4-time Champions League winner. He's a player that has done well for us, and we need to respect him. So if he moves on, all happy faces, all smiles, because I would move him on. This isn't him forcing a move out. This is literally a healthy breakup, and I am keen to see how much money we get in return for him, because guys, you need to remember, he could essentially be making way for Caicedo to come in. Jorginho made way for Enzo to come in, and this is what we're doing. We're revamping the midfield. We're getting high wages off, and we're bringing in other players on similar wages. I'm excited. I like this. This is what I've been looking for. Finally, there's been a lot of confusion when it came to Kai Havertz recently, and a lot of people are getting very, very confused, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. So being on the plane, flying British Airways, bored on the plane, I thought, you know what, let me do some research. Let me do some work. Even on holiday, I like to work. I love what I do here, so it's very easy. What did I find out? What I found out was this. Chelsea don't want to sell Kai Havertz. Pochettino is in for Kai Havertz in the sense that this is a player that he wants to have in his team. He believes in the talent. He believes he can develop him. He believes that this player could become a top player under him. Chelsea have a price for Kai Havertz. And Kai Havertz is an individual that could be potentially looking for a new challenge, but he will not be forcing his way out of the club. That is the understanding that I have from the reports that I've read. Kai Havertz is open to joining Real Madrid. He thinks they're one of the biggest clubs in the world, and he's not wrong. He is actively keen on exploring a possibility. His representative spoke to Madrid, conversations went well. However, when Madrid picked up the phone and got in contact with Stanley, they realized quickly, this guy ain't going nowhere unless they break the match. Chelsea wants £75 million for him. They want 60 guaranteed, with add-ons that could rise up to 70, which essentially is something he's not worth. Kai Havertz at this moment in time has not shown on his repertoire of work at Chelsea that he's worth that kind of money. So we need to be honest, we need to be frank about it, and we need to be realistic. So the reality is, this move is not going to happen. There are rumors that Arsenal are interested. I think this is his agent doing the talk. I think Kai Havertz is going to re-sign on a lovely long-term deal, 5 years. Chelsea are going to be happy to keep him. He's going to be happy to stay, and we're going to build under Poch. And in the future, he might move on, because I don't think Kai is going to be a one-club man where he stays with us for 10 years. I don't see it, because he's already played for Leverkusen. He's not a Chelsea fan. Like, you can't say he grew up to be a Chelsea fan. For crying out loud, Mason Mount allegedly is a Chelsea fan, and even he's leaving the club. So I don't think that means anything these days with the money that's surrounding the game, and there's nothing wrong with it. But people, it's 9 o'clock in the Dominican. I'm gonna go hit the beach. I've already hit the gym. I've already had some breakfast. Now it's time for me to roll out, enjoy the beach. Hopefully tomorrow, if you guys see me, I'm gonna be a little bit more tanned and not pink. Coming from you guys from Punta Cana. Peace out, I'm out. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts, and more importantly, follow me on Instagram to make sure you stay tuned. Adios, amigo.